Hey guys, what's up today? I have another UU match. This wasn't actually recorded like right after the one from yesterday, so I was still using Swampert, and my opponent's actually using Swampert. And speaking of my opponent, it is the thebluedaf, and I brought Durant because he's a really good Pokemon, and I figure why not get some use out of him. He's kind of like a Escavalier, except without as much special defense. Well, actually, his special defense is really bad. His HP is pretty bad too, but he's a lot more dangerous because he's actually fast. But yeah, so I'm going to lead with my Roserade, expecting him to lead with the Swampert. He's going to lead with Azelf, expecting me to lead with Swampert. So neither of us got it right, but he's got the better end of the deal because he's got the Stab Psychic, which is super effective, and he's faster because I'm not Scarfed. So I'm going to switch to my Togekiss, expecting him to want to go for the attack, but he's going to go for the U-turn instead, which is pretty nice. I mean, I could have stayed in and done a lot of damage, but he would have had priority on what to switch to. He's going to go into his Umbreon now that I have my Togekiss in here because, Togekiss really can't do a whole lot to Umbreon. So I'm going to switch out to my Swampert because I want to get my Stealth Rocks up, and I know if he Toxics me, it's not a big deal. I have Heal Bell uh, on my Togekiss, and because Swampert, I mean, he's got Heracross that he can kind of wall, but it's not going to do a very good job, and he's got a Swampert of his own, so it's like he's not really going to be doing all that much damage, so I'm not really that worried about it. It's not a big deal. I'm going to go for my Stealth Rocks. He's going to switch up to his Swampert, and I figure he's going to want to get a Stealth Rocks of his own, so I'm going to switch to my Roserade, even if he wants to go for the Scald. As long as it's not the Ice Beam, I don't care. Earthquake would also kind of hurt, but might as well get his Stealth Rocks up, right? So, yeah, Roserade in I go. I figure he's going to switch out. I was going to just Leaf Storm, but I'm like, I don't mind if Swampert's asleep because it's still technically annoying. So I go for the Sleep Powder. But he switches to Heracross and it misses. And I'm like, fuck, because Heracross is a big powerhouse. He's very annoying. I'm going to switch to my Hitmontop. He's going to go for the Stone Edge, expecting me to go to my Togekiss to resist the Mega Horn. But yeah, no, so it's like, this should have been asleep, but I missed, so it's really annoying because, yeah, that would have really helped me if this thing was a sleep ball battle. It would have been able to do really nothing, and that would have been great. He's going to switch to his Swampert as I go for the Rapid Spin. I figured he's not going to stay in and Stone Edge me some more at -1 with a resisted hit, and even if he does, really not worried about it because, yeah, my lefty's recovery is almost healing it all up. Now I'm going to switch, and I'm going to go to my Togekiss, because I figure he's going to want to either set up rocks again, or go for, like, a Scald or something. But he's actually going to switch right back to his Heracross to resume threatening me, because even if I didn't switch out, I really can't do too much to it, and he doesn't have the attack drop anymore. I know, however, I can take a hit, even the Stone Edge, so I'm going to stay in and just go for the Air Slash. Because I'm at full HP, and I have max HP EVs, I know I can take a hit. So stay in. He's going to switch out to Umbreon. I'm not really sure why he did that switch. I guess maybe expecting my Swampert or maybe my Hitmontop Toxic Hit or something. He's going to go into his Arcanine here, predicting my Roserade to come in so that I could put it to sleep because that's the best way to deal with a tanky Umbreon like that. But I'm just going to go for the Thunder Wave because, again, I have Heal Bell and I don't mind it, especially since I was thinking he would Toxic me anyways and that would block it, right? Like a Taunt would. But that's great because now his Arcanine is pretty useless because it's paralyzed, and that's another Pokemon that's kind of threatening. I mean, I do have my Swampert and he does pretty well against it, but it's nice that he's paralyzed instead. It just destroys him. Now I'm going to switch out to Roserade because, yeah, I'm not really doing anything against his Umbreon. He's going to go for the Wish, so I'm expecting him to switch to his Arcanine because A, it's going to be at half health when he switches in, and he can be benefiting from that Wish, and B, Sleep Powder won't do anything. So predicting that, I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Sludge Bomb, and that's exactly how it's going to work out. Thankfully, it's going to have enough power to take him out, although I don't think it would have been close because, I mean, it's like just an Arcanine. I mean, I know they have base defenses that are pretty respectable because, I mean, I have used Arcanine as a special wall before, but yeah, it's not going to take a stab, Life Orb, super effective, or not super effective, Sludge Bomb. So, and if it didn't, I'd kind of be worried because, he'd be at over half health most likely, but that doesn't even matter because he's dead. I'm going to switch to Togekiss as he goes into his Azelf. I was already thinking it was Scarfed, because I didn't see Life Orb, and the damage didn't quite look Choice Band, and I know it's really hard when it's a really weak hit, like U-turn, when it's resisted. But yeah, it turns out he is scarfed based on that damage as well. Well, he could still be expert belt, but that would kind of be weird. He did tell me it was indeed scarfed. He wanted it to be life orb, but he chose the wrong one, I believe he said. But yeah, so Togekiss is in here. I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave because at this point, anything on his team that wants to get Thunder Waved is fine by me. I really don't care. Yeah, it turns out it's his Empoleon. Now, the thing is, the lack of leftovers recovery should have clued me in that he's not defensive. So when I made this switch here to my Swampert, I was thinking, he'd go for Ice Beam maybe, but it wouldn't be that strong. But he's actually not defensive. He's offensive, and he has Life Orb, which is perfect. So that does a lot more damage than I wanted to be taking with Swampert, but not a big deal. Here, I know he's going to want to switch out from the Earthquake. I'm thinking he's going to go to his Azelf to be completely immune to it. So I'm going to go for the Scald. Instead, he's going to go into his Swampert. I'm going to take the Scald fairly well. I don't get the burn, unfortunately, which would have been nice, but whatever. What can you do? I think that Scald does a little bit more than Earthquake would have done, just because Swampert tend to have more defense than special defense, but then again, I have more attack than special attack, and Earthquake's a lot stronger than Scald. Whatever. Iffy. I'm going to switch to my Durant here, thinking he'll want to get his Stealth Rocks back up. Unfortunately, he's going to go for the Scald here. If he had gotten Stealth Rocks up, I could have gone for the Home Claws. You see here, I would have lived the Scald. As long as I don't get burned, I would be in a great place to threaten his team. But unfortunately, he does go for the Scald. I'm just going to go for the X Scissor because it's going to do the most damage. I mean, Iron Head and Stone Edge are not going to do anything. Well, Iron Head will do about half that much because it's just resisted. It's the same power as X Scissor. But yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to get my boost, and I am just going to die to the Earthquake. But I still did a lot of damage. I'm going to go to my Roserade. Here, at this point, I'm thinking I just want to get a kill off. I don't really care about putting things to sleep. I just want to do a lot of damage. And go for the Leaf Storm. Unfortunately for him, it's going to crit, which did matter. He would have lived this and the subsequent -2 attack, but I also would have just put him to sleep, so assuming, again, I don't miss, it wouldn't have really made much of a difference. But he's going to go into Heracross here. I'm thinking he's going to want to go for the close combat, so I can take that. So I'm going to stay in, and I'm going to put him to sleep. Unfortunately, he's going to get a crit of his own, and that is going to take me out. So once again, I am not able to put him to sleep, which is unfortunate. But I'm going to go to my ace in the hole, which is my Victini, and I'm going to go for the Psychic, thinking he'll go to Swampert to take the V-Crate, but he's actually going to go to Empoleon because it's paralyzed and it's an offensive sweeper. He's not going to be doing anything. I think it's probably an agility set. So, he wanted to fodder that out more than Swampert. But I got to switch out because I really don't want to be taking an attack. He is going to go for the Hydro Pump, but he's going to get fully paralyzed, though he's not in Torrent range, so that would not have killed me, which is all that really matters at this point. I'm going to go for the close combat because he's paralyzed. I know I'm faster, and I'm pretty sure even Swampert will get 2-hit KO'd by a close combat at this point, although I wouldn't stay in because Swampert's faster because he has base 60 speed, although a lot of them are relaxed, so I don't really know how the speed would work when he's minus speed and I'm neutral nature. Doesn't really matter because that's not what's going to be happening. I'm going to switch to my Togekiss, expecting him to want to go for the Stealth Rocks or perhaps the special attack to maybe burn my Hitmontop. But no, he's just go for the Stealth Rocks. At this point, I'm just going to go for the Air Slash because his team's kind of dwindling down and nothing really will appreciate the Air Slash. He's not going to get flinch. He's going to get a Scald off. Not going to get the burn either. And that's really not going to do a whole lot of damage despite the Torrent because I am a max special defense Togekiss, which is very nice. I like this set a lot. It's really useful with Thunder Wave. It's basically like a Jirachi, just slightly worse typing because, Steel resists Stealth Rocks and, Dragon and quite a few more types. This immune to Earth. Or ground, I was going to say Earthquake, but it's immune to ground, but it's weak to rocks, so it's give or take. It's still a really nice Pokemon. I like it a lot. And hey, you can even put Wish on it instead of Roost if you really want to. But he's going to go into his Azelf. I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave. So he goes for the Thunderbolt, which doesn't do anywhere near enough to KOing me. In fact, it's not even going to be a 2-hit KO, but I'm going to go for the Air Slash, and I'm going to get the flinch, so it's not that it would have mattered. And now I'm just going to take him out. And yeah, let's go ahead and wait for the video a little bit. I've been kind of ahead pretty much the whole narration, so let's go ahead and wait a little bit. So now I've got a Togekiss. I figure I think I could take a close combat at this point. It'd be close, but it's most likely what he's going to go for because he can't just lock himself into Stone Edge. But I committed myself to a different strategy, and so I'm going to go out to my Hitmontop, get the Intimidate off. Not really my point. My point was just to spin because I wanted my Victini to come in here and beat the ever-loving shit out of this Heracross just because it annoyed me all battle. So I'm going to Rapid Spin. He thought I was going for the Rapid Spin kill, potentially, because now he's at -2, and that Rapid Spin is going to do a decent chunk, but I told him, I'm like, no, I did not care about the Rapid Spin kill. I just wanted the rocks gone. That way, Victini could come in without taking damage all battle and just beat this Heracross down, because he should have been asleep twice, and yeah, he's going to kill me. Doesn't really matter, doesn't concern me at all, because now I'm going to go on my Victini, which all battle I was hiding the fact that it is indeed Scarfed, and is going to outspeed with a V-Create, and of course that means it's mixed also, and it's actually a really nice set. I like it. It throws people off, because you still have V-Create, and you can do it twice even, because of your Scarf. And it just surprises people with the special moves that it has. People are not expecting it. Because, I mean, you want to switch into a Slowbro and a Victini, right? But that's when you catch them with a Thunder. And then they're like, shit. So, anyways, that's the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a cool match. A little bit, of a change of pace from the last 2 days of me sweeping. But, yeah, whatever. That's that. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you all tomorrow.